it's Dashia D.
And it's JStan.
And welcome back to In Retrospect Podcast, where we look beyond the surface to find understanding.
Bring you laughs, knowledge, and culture.
So sit back, relax, and join the convo. How are you doing today?
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
It's Monday.
Oh, it definitely is. It's been a pretty good day though. I can't even lie. Need to hit the barber shop though, but it's rough because my barber don't be cutting hair on Monday, which is wild. But hey, guess he need a day off after Sunday. I don't know how hard he
Sunday,
be going out
Sunday,
in
I
the
guess.
streets. Yeah, Sunday, yeah. Everything but what the Lord want him to do on a Sunday. But anywho, that's neither
Right.
here nor there.
Yeah, a lot of people were up this past weekend. Ray J being one of them. He had his own podcast going on this weekend. He had over 40,000 people on his live, and he was
I was jumping. I was
pissed.
on that. Yeah.
He was pissed. I believe how this whole thing happened was Kris Jenner and Kylie Jenner were on James Corden's show, and Kris was hooked up to a lie detector test. James asked her, "Were you a part of selling your daughter's sex tape?" She says no. The lie detector person says she's telling the truth. Even Kris herself looked shocked. She's like, "Oh my God, wow." Literally, that's how she looked.
Yeah.
Fast forward, y'all know they have a show on Hulu called The Kardashians. On the very first episode of the show, Kim comes running out of her son's room crying because she says he's playing Roblox and there's an ad on the side of Roblox saying, "Do you want to see Kim's new sex tape?" Roblox comes out and says that's impossible. First of all, that didn't happen. And second, Kim went on to say, like, what if I was asleep and he snuck a dildo in my butt? Just all sorts of craziness. Yeah. Just all sorts of craziness. So Ray
Yeah.
J has reached his breaking point, and he's like, I got to clear my name because this is stupid. He proceeds to go on live with receipts. He had the contracts, he had the text messages, the DMs between him and Kim, him and Kanye, everybody.
Yeah,
The part
he was
that
gonna
was the most
definitely.
disturbing to me is the fact that Kris Jenner watched her adult child sex tapes to review them as if she's a movie producer and said, yeah, put that one up. That one's the best right there. That's disgusting.
I honestly don't know what to say. I do know I did see something along the lines like they were told to reshoot the whole situation
They
just so they
did.
could get the angles and everything the way they would like it to be. So technically, it's just wild how it turned into a whole production. As her parent allowing that, cutting it up, saying put it out. I would say I'm glad Ray J kept the receipts as far as everything that was discussed as well as contracts, because it just turns around and can just be like it's he say she say type stuff, and they have him out here like he didn't, you know what I'm saying, having people believe that he's just making all this stuff up, saying a bunch of wild stuff. But the whole situation was really, I don't know, it's just disturbing. Like my whole thing is, you really think that you're gonna do something like that as famous as you are, and they don't even gotta be famous, as popular as that so-called tape was, and you don't think down the road, if you were to have
I heard it
offspring,
was
and when I say
terrible.
offspring, children, you really think that at some point in their life when they become of age, they're not going to hear of it or even possibly somebody shows it to them? Interesting.
They weren't thinking about that in the moment. They were thinking about getting
But
money.
but that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. They weren't thinking, but it's like now you're shocked because it's being brought up all these years later. You know what's out there.
You think that the Kardashians would have been as big as they are if it was exposed back then?
Yeah, regardless. Even if he would have said that, oh yeah, we did this with a contract and agreements and everybody got paid, it still would have blew up. Why? Because it's the family, the Kardashians. It still would have blown up regardless. All Ray J did in this situation basically was saying that don't let nobody lie to everyone out there and make y'all all think that it was leaked, because it wasn't. So essentially, I feel like he felt as if though he had to clear the air because at some point or something happened where he felt like he was hitting a roadblock where he couldn't accomplish what he needed to accomplish.
I guess it just kind of brings it back to like, how far are you willing to go for money? Because I can't imagine being a parent and reviewing my adult child's sex tape and saying, "Oh yeah, this one is the one. Go ahead and go for that." Now, if them as an adult make that decision on their own, that's your business. You're grown. But I just can't imagine being a parent and orchestrating different scenarios in my kids' lives just to chase a bag. Like, is it really worth it?
I don't think any type of money is worth it. But honestly, people will say that, oh, if you can sleep at night, then you fine with it, then it is what it is. And that's just a lot of the mentality that a lot of folks take on. Like a lot of folks will say that I'd rather be crying in a high-end car with problems than to be crying in a busted down car with problems. But regardless, you still gonna have them problems. That's a
You
lot of people's logic. I understand what you're saying, but that's the logic that a lot of people have. It's like money, what's the amount? Because a lot of people always say everybody has a price.
Ray J isn't always. There are things that Ray J does that I don't always agree with, but in this case, I'm Team Ray J in this
Oh,
situation.
not you, Team Radio. Okay then,
Um,
bitch.
because I
Yeah.
mean, you
Tell us why.
that's not okay to pay. Now, if he chooses to be an ass
Oh, he
on
about to
Love
act
and
a
Hip
fool
Hop,
now.
that's his issue. But as far as this specific case goes, like they are completely wrong in my eyes. You cannot try to defame somebody's character, and that's really what it comes down to. So, in other news, more positive news, my favorite princess movie growing up was The Little Mermaid. On a serious note, it was, and I don't even
That was
watch.
your favorite? You ain't know about
That,
Anastasia? But anyway, don't worry about them. Don't worry about Anastasia, the
um,
Duchess. Them boy don't know nothing but that. I'm
no,
sorry, continue.
you know, The Little Mermaid was like my favorite. I like the music. I just all of it. So the new trailer dropped for the new age Little Mermaid, played by
Yeah.
Halle Bailey. I almost said Barry
I know you did.
Bailey.
I was waiting on it too.
Um,
Yeah.
and it was beautiful. And I think a
Oh.
lot of black, brown little girls were very proud to see it, and some got emotional. And for us, we're excited to see it. However, there were some
Wait,
very special
not the
people
however.
out in the
Special.
universe who
Ooh.
felt like it's not okay that Halle is playing this piece. There were even people on TikTok saying scientifically that it can't make sense for a mermaid to be black. And my response to that is we're talking about a movie where a mermaid is singing to a Jamaican crab. It's a mermaid singing to a Jamaican crab. Mermaids don't exist and crabs don't talk. And if they did, they probably wouldn't sound Jamaican. So I don't understand why. I don't
Under
understand
the sea.
why this is
Under the sea.
right. Like we can't have nothing.
Oh, you want my thoughts? Oh, you
Yeah.
want my thoughts? That's obviously what you must want. Well, I'm gonna tell you. This is what I'm gonna tell you. It's unfortunate because really everybody looks at it from an interesting aspect where it's like, oh, the color, the skin, the tone of her color is causing outrage. But this role needs to be done by somebody that can actually sing. Nobody just wants somebody you can put in there. Number one, the person needs to sing. You got to
Yeah.
be able to sing. That's number one. Number two, the issue is that a lot of folks are having that, oh, she's not white or she's not a little bit more paler or whatever or whatnot. That shouldn't matter. This is a children's movie. Whoever is the best actor for the role should do the role.
Correct.
These children don't think about nothing like that. All these people complain about, oh no, she ain't supposed to look like that. She ain't supposed to do that. She can't
We'll
do
have
that.
to watch the
These
movie.
grown people. These grown people. You old. People mad because you watched a movie damn near 20, 30 years ago. People older than me. When I was a kid, it came out. You older than me. I seen old cats. Like, oh, that's not right. What? This ain't for you? For them kids. That's what be killing me when I get online and I see adults getting upset about stuff that is designated for children. I don't care about, oh, that's not right. My childhood and this ain't about you. Stop it. Stop it. And then another thing, see, they think they're slick. People think they're slick, right? because they'll try to say it's not the it's not a race thing or anything of the sort. Folks will start saying they just don't like the quality of how the trailer was shown. The quality wasn't as good as it could possibly be. And qualities of real life remakes, not remakes, but when they're trying to do real life
Live action
people
thing.
in live action films, it just wasn't, the quality wasn't where it needed to be. That's like me sending an email and you don't see it, and you got the nerve to ask me about the email, and I will respond and say, the email was sent earlier. Could you please recheck your inbox? What? Come on, dog.
I wonder if people, it did make me think, were people upset when Brandy played Cinderella? I wonder.
Yes, they were. They were most definitely upset. But you really got to think about it now. Everybody feels as if though they have a voice, because with social media and everybody doing all this extra, come on, there's a lot of stuff that people don't realize. This stuff has always been around. The fact that you can see it more vividly now, more than ever, is really like, people be like, oh, I can't believe this is what's going on. This has been like this. It's unfortunate because I really think she's going to do great in this role. But this movie is not for grown people. That's what be killing me.
It is for us kids or people who were children and watched it.
Listen. And this is my point exactly. That's fine. You can do whatever you like. And I'm probably going to be there too. But that's besides the point.
Just like you said, they give the role to who best fits it, because no one questioned the fact that in Brandy's version of Cinderella that the Asian boy had a black mom and white daddy. Nobody questioned it. We just said, okay, well, here we go.
Yeah, now that you said it, they all will go back and be like, oh.
Right. But I believe it was the director of The Little Mermaid said that Halle was the first audition he saw for the role of Ariel, and he didn't need to see anymore. He was like, she embodied this role, and that her performance made him cry in her audition.
I tell you, that gal can sing. So, that gal can sing.
It's not only
but she can act too now. But she's been on the show too now.
But it's not just that she can act and sing. It's the type of voice that she has. Her voice is very Disney-like. It's very like, her voice is very airy and like light. What?
Yeah, it is. Just say airy and like, don't say it's Disney-like. I don't want nobody to be
Disney-like. It is Disney-like, because think about it. Somebody like a Ari Lennox, right, whose album just came out. Ari Lennox can't be Ariel because her voice is too soulful to be Ariel.
She could be Ariel, be a soulful mermaid today.
Ariel is not soulful.
Don't play with Ari now. You know I like me some Ari now.
Ari can do my favorite artist, period. But I'm just saying, like, it's not just being able to sing. Jennifer Hudson, she can't do that. Adele, she can't do that. You gotta have somebody.
You gonna stop bashing these women. Tell them they can't do that. That's what we not gonna do.
But I'm trying to prove my point that they are amazing vocalists. But everybody I just named, they can sing. Not just sing, they can sing. But they're not. They don't have that Disney-like enchanted voice. And Halle I'm sure she bodied this role. I don't even need to see it. I know she did. So for all the
you tell them
people who are hating,
take my money. I guess just take my money.
You can have it. Matter of fact, I'll go see it at iPick. So that means I'm already gonna be spending more money to see this because I want comfortable seats in a good meal.
Oh, I might as well tell you right now, this movie here is gonna break a bunch of records and all types of stuff.
Yeah,
like you ain't never seen before. This might be like Black Panther type stuff. You got folks in there, like it's gonna be insane. You got grown men dressing up like a crab, and it's gonna be funny.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
You gonna see it. You're gonna see a bunch of women out there with different color wigs. It's gonna be a whole mess.
In smaller news,
don't do that. Don't play with my dog.
Lil Durk and India Royale broke up, or the rumor is that they have allegedly broken up because some girl is saying that she had a baby for him, and after that was released, India then went on, I almost said TikTok, went on Twitter and tweeted, "Free agent. I'm a free agent." and she's no longer
Ah!
no longer
Hey, girl,
following
she's
Lil
accepting
Durk.
calls, y'all boy.
Now, the crazy part about this story is not whether or not he cheated on her. I mean, a rapper cheated on his girlfriend. That's not news. The part that really like became a thing on social media was the fact that there are a lot of people saying he cheated on India with this chick because the chick is dark skinned and India is light skinned. So then it called into question like this whole colorism thing, because why is it that India is deemed beautiful and the alleged baby mama is not? And Lil Durk, I don't know all of his baby mamas. I know he has a white one, India, and I don't know who's in between, to be honest with you.
I like this one and this one and this one and this one. But nah, for real though, it just comes back to like perception versus reality. Like a lot of folks saw them together and was like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is what I want," type stuff. But people don't really realize like there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. But I will answer your question. I just had to say that first because a lot of people get caught up in the whole social media monotony of this is the couple goals that this is what I need or whatnot. But hitting on what you were talking about just moments ago, I just really think that a lot of people try to push what they like onto other folks, like what they believe is their preference onto people. Like, oh, she's too dark, I can't do that, or she's too light, I couldn't do that, or I only mess with Asian women, or I only mess with a specific kind of woman or white women specifically. And it just gets to the point where it's like, man, this is getting so played out. This is just exhausting to even see. Like every day, it's oh man, she ain't this, she ain't that. I'm like, man, please, that woman bad, y'all crazy. But see, this would be blowing me too, though. It's just like it's really unfortunate that women continually have to go through stuff like that because just like, for instance, like when you see a lot of these discussions, we're like, oh, black women, man, can't deal with them. I need me a white woman because she'll understand me and this, that, third. I can do everything I need to do with a white woman. It's just like, bro, like you should be able to do that with any woman. Really. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, there shouldn't be a whole like, oh, the skin color plays the role in how this person's gonna act. No, you play the role in how that person's gonna act towards you. That's who plays the role. That's what blows me the most with folks. Because people will turn around and blame the skin color. Oh nah, she too dark, she gonna be tripping all the time. Oh no, she too light skinned, man. She gonna want too much. Oh no,
I mean, I think they do the same thing to men as well, just not as much. Because like I think it's a popular thing to say like, "Ooh, I want a chocolate man," but then they look at light skinned men as being too pretty or being a punk or weak or whatever.
Yeah. And I will say this too. You right. They be hitting on. They be really really going after them light skinned dudes. They be like, oh, them boys soft. This ain't that. Yeah, I know some dudes that might be light skinned. You mess around, you get messed up. You go ahead, keep playing with them if you want.
Honestly, to be honest, I feel like if I didn't give light skinned men a chance, I don't think I would be able to date.
Oh Lord.
I'm being serious.
Oh yeah. Full transparency.
Because
Go
I
ahead,
don't
Daisy.
feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even though to me, black men are handsome in all shades. I'm attracted from chocolate, caramel, in between. It doesn't matter. I'm attracted to black men. The issue is I don't tend to
Lord.
pursue men.
Oh Lord.
So I tend to date who pursues me. And the people who tend to pursue me are lighter skinned men. And I think it's because I'm darker. So I don't know. There's that. It was something I wanted to say though. You said something about the whole couple goals. I don't know who couple
Started
goals
there?
they
Yeah.
were other
Yeah.
than like teeny
Yeah.
boppers. Because
Oh.
Lil Durk said that the reason why he proposed to her was because she had a low body count.
Oh now, Daisy. Don't drop your head too much. Oh.
Couldn't think of any other characteristics of this woman other than her having a low body count as to why you wanted to marry her. Sir, she came into this and you had 7 children. You clearly don't have a low body count.
Daisy D.
It makes zero
I
sense.
understand. I understand this is
It
bothering
makes
you,
zero
Daisy D. And I will say this to you. There are a lot of reasons that men marry women that are extremely shallow. He just happened to say one of them out loud. Now, we can sit here and act like that's not what goes into account when a lot of these men do marry these women, okay? We can always say that doesn't matter. Love conquers all. But unfortunately, that is not the reality. Why some men, I didn't say all, some men will think that, but they will not say that, okay? And then you also have other men that will say this. There's this other one here too. Well, I don't want her to mess with nobody else, so I'm going to put a ring on it.
Well, yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. Okay. And the way I said it was a
lot
lot softer versus him being like, she got a low body count. All I said was, so she don't go sleep with nobody else. And everybody would be like, well, that's just so nice. And that's true. And that should be the way it be. But it's like, huh? If you really think about it, that's extremely shallow for there to be a reason that you want to put a ring on. You don't want her to sleep with nobody else? Huh? Huh?
Who do you think benefits more from marriage, men or women?
That's a great question. Oh boy, it depends. It really does. And I'm gonna answer it like this, so I'm being completely 100% honest. And you can laugh, or you don't have to laugh. The reality of the situation is this: everybody says, "Oh, we're equal." No, you ain't. Somebody is always gonna be bringing more to whatever house, table, whatever kind of analogy you want to bring up. Somebody's always gonna be bringing more to whatever's going on. It don't got to be strictly financial, because a lot of people think financial right off rip. Finances come and go. You can say what you want. You might be up when you get in there, and you might be down when you're going in, or it might be vice versa the other way when you're going out. But like I say, it varies because you have a lot of people. When I say the other things besides finances, you got a lot of people that have what's stability in their life. They come from a solid foundation, whether it be family or they already got like I'm saying like structure in their life as far as a routine, a place to stay, certain things like that going for them, and etc. It could be a plethora of things that somebody may be bringing to the table that somebody else may not all the way have at that time. So I will say it varies.
You are riding this fence right now, boy. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good. That's all I got right now. Because the old way of thinking is like folks would be like, all right, married a woman, you should already have a house. Once you get married, y'all move into the house type thing. But it's not like that no more. You got women with houses, and then you got the men that'll marry the woman. Who house you moving into, sir? Moving into the woman's house. So it's like you have a lot of different things that go on now that has changed the whole, the man's doing this, the man's doing that. Because you got a lot of women that have a lot more structure in their lives than men nowadays. Now, women will bring that structure, but let's be real too. A lot of men will bring structure as well. That's why I said I really can't call it. Because the way I said that a lot of women will bring that structure is a lot of men out there that bring that structure. So
I'm not knocking that, but I'm just going to say this. I think, and men, you can come for me in the comments. That's good. We can have some good discourse in the comments.
See, that's how you know you about to say something wild right now. You about to say some crazy wild stuff.
And again, this is just my opinion based on based on what I have experienced and what I've seen around me in my family, my friends' families, and so on and so forth. I feel like, and we're just talking about heterosexual couples.
Yeah, but women bring more to the table. All right, I'm done. I answered the question. I danced around it, but they do bring more.
Well, what I was going to say was, I actually think that men benefit more from marriage than women do. The reason why I say that is, let's go ahead and say the obvious. Yes, there are good men. Yes, there are men who bring structure. All right, we got that out the way. Great. Now, for the most part, women tend to be the caretakers, like the primary caretakers. They tend to be the ones doing a lot of the household duties on top of the mothering and parenting, right? And dads, while also working, and dads are going to work. And they'll kind of pick up the slack where need be. But I'm a mom, I'm an employee, I'm the maid, I'm the cook, I'm doing all of these things on top of I work too while dad is kind of like, what up, y'all? I'm gonna go shower. And then I kind of, help out here and there. I'm not saying that there are not active dads, because there are. But from what I've seen and experienced, it seems like men benefit a little more from it, because, like you said, once that structure has set in, he gets to kind of just float. I've seen a lot of women say that even though they're married, they feel like a single parent.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's what I'm saying. But
right.
Marriage is beneficial for both people.
Right.
Men benefit a little more.
And I will say that I understand where you're coming from, but I feel as though women may benefit a little bit more. Reason being, for the same reason you just said, that they have to do all of these plethora of jobs to keep everything afloat, to the point that you need help. And granted, I'm not saying that, okay, have a child with somebody and you married now and the man's not supposed to be helping. But like you said, there are people in situations where they don't feel like they're getting any help. So the beneficial part comes from when you actually have somebody that is actually going to be doing that help. Now, granted, everything that we're talking about right now is something that we're more biased towards, in my opinion, because reason being is that in my household, I've actually seen it growing up where it's like, I feel as if though, my father has been like a very good role model for me, where I've seen him do helping like a lot, to the point that I was like, that's why I say this, where I say that, women benefit a lot more from the perspective of if the man is helping out more, picking up some of the duties and doing stuff like that and just going above and beyond. Because I've actually seen it.
My pushback, I know. And that's why I said I know it exists, and this is not me saying it doesn't, but society reinforces it. Why is it that the majority of restrooms in public areas, only the women's restrooms have changing tables? Why is it that when the dad when it's his turn to watch the kids, they don't even say like he's watching his kids? They say, oh, my dad is babysitting. How can you babysit your own child? Like, that's your kid. Why is it that when it comes to gyms, they tend to only offer childcare in predominantly like female gyms or women gyms? So I feel like I get what you're saying. That does it. Like, active dads definitely exist, but society perpetuates the fact that mom tends to be the primary caretaker. Even when a kid when a child got in trouble, I'm gonna call your mama. When is the last time? It is rare that we be like, I'm gonna call your dad. We had those special like 3.
Yeah, but the whole premise was, I ain't gonna call your daddy because I think he gonna set it off. If he show up, your mama might be bad, but if your daddy come in here, we don't know what really could possibly happen. And granted, I will say this as well, but before we close out, is that yes, everybody does not come from a household that has both parents there. Yes, we do acknowledge that and understand that, but we're just, we're the topic and conversations we're talking about the structure as if 2 parents are within the household.
I think they got that.
I just had to know I had to say that.
Yeah, I think that was all of the foolishness that happened. Oh, Queen Elizabeth died. I don't really understand why Black people were sad, but rest in peace. On that note, I have been Dashia D.
And I've been JStan.
Join us every Friday at noon.
And always remember to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Run it up, man. Come on, let's go. Yes. And remember, put a comment in there. Tell me how you feel. Talk about Dashia, man. Dashia be wilding on these things, man, really for real. Man, all the Geechee coming out for real. Let me put it away. But yeah, tune in, man. Tune in. Check us out.